What was it like to navigate the US real estate market with limited English knowledge and zero network?
Really complicated, honestly, really complicated, because now I understand what it means be an external part in another country, and I am really proud for United States. I love the state give me more opportunity, but in reality initially, I love more now United States, in particular Florida and Miami, because give me a lot of difficulty. Which kind of difficulty? First of all, how you really explain correctly the language. I don't speak at that time English. Think about something. I have really a lot of knowledge because I study in real estate. I coming from background from Italy, where I do flipping, the same thing.
I have heard this somewhere that you only become rich if you're selling to the rich. You can't become rich by selling something to a poor people or a middle class person. So could you throw some light on how can someone leverage whatever they're trying to do to eventually increase the wealth?
I think so. Like I have a two way to becoming rich. Now depend for everybody what it means rich. Wealthy is a word where you including to have aspect of our life, not only money. You have to create business, to create becoming wealthy. You have two possibility: or direct your attention to people they have really powerful possibility to buy things, or you working with the class and with the government where people they don't have a lot of money. With rich people, the millionaire or billionaire, if you have one day the fortune to meet somebody, you have the capacity to sell them the dream, what they want, and they don't think about how much cost, but they think about how much happiness, value give to them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to a fresh episode of The Underdog Protagonist. I'm Pratyush and today's guest is Jacopo Iasiello. He is a real estate investor, founder of Luxury and Wealth Group, and the author of Healthy, Rich and Happy. His story begins in Naples, Italy, where a market crash and a personal crisis forced him to start over in Florida with no money, no English, and no roadmap. Since then, he's completed over 350 real estate deals, built a thriving business, and developed a powerful system, the M.P.B.E method, that blends mindset, rituals, and wealth creation into a life philosophy. If you're stuck between who you are and what you are becoming, then Jacopo's story will meet you there. So, without any further ado, let's welcome Jacopo to our podcast. Hi, Jacopo. Welcome to the Red Protagonist podcast. How are you?
Super good. And I hope so, my presence in your podcast, I will share value to your audience and to you.
Absolutely. It's great to have you. But before we begin the podcast, would you briefly say, for context to our listeners, who you are, what you do, and what are you best known for?
Yeah, how I am like a creator, an entrepreneur, an investor, a person love to create, generate abundance. And I am an investor in United States, in Miami, where I create my portfolio of cash flow with real estate. And I do flipping. And, I wrote one book called Healthy, Rich and Happy, a book where I believe possible change. In my first year, bestseller in Amazon, more than 18,000 people, and I am in love to share in this part of my life, because how life is based in four really big pillars. The first one is research what you want to do in life. The second one is grow. The third one is do action. And the fourth one is contribution. I'm in the phase of contribution, and I love to contribute through this podcast and many other, to people that want to grow, they want to learn how I do every day in my life.
Gotcha. Let's dial back, to the past. The Naples exit when everyone left, but you stayed. Okay. The market crash was there. There was a loss of support and the grit of being an immigrant, stayed. So let's talk about the phase from 2008 to 2011 where everything changed for you. I want to know, how did you handle watching others abandon the ship while you were there standing?
In reality, what's happening is this one. I'm moving in United States in 2011, when the market crash in United States, because I take an advantage of the market in United States. Before I create in my country in Italy a chain of jewelry where I make this company multimillionaire success. And at 22 years old, I starting the real estate business in Italy. When the market slowed down over here in Italy, where I am right now, because I come back to all my family I have over here, all my nephew and everybody, when the market started to slow down, I shift and I started to research because I believe in business, how I share with you, the first step to moving in another direction in research. I research and I find an opportunity in Florida. And with zero experience means in Florida, but I coming from real estate background and business. I've been over there and I create more than 355 flipping and create this generate cash flow. The moment I'm moving is really moment changed my life because at that moment when I'm moving from one continent, Europe, to another continent, United States, with different culture, different education, different mentality, I really feel really a lot of pain. At that moment, I generate this method I call M.P.B.E, meditation, morning prayer biohacking in exercise, where I explain in the book Healthy, Rich and Happy, bestseller in Amazon, where I really now deliver the better version of me every day because I have this routine I utilize every day.
Interesting. But what made you choose Florida among all the different regions? Uh, I'm in the lot.
Yeah, because what's happening, how shared before with you, the most important part in a business career, in investment career, is research. And I'm pretty good in this. I research correctly and I analyze the information. What this means, I remember like yesterday, United States exists one website called Zillow, where you see the price of the property. And from Italy, I analyze and I see this drop, really big drop from 2008 2009 when I took respect to 2011. And you don't need to be a genius to understand a city like Miami now is the most important city in United States, will be coming back, will recuperate everything. And for this reason I jump after I read this article, after I research one, I take fly, go to the other part of the world, starting from Miami.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, people on the surface, they think that pivoting or shifting or immigrating to some other place is easy because once someone has made it, it seems interesting because the success is loud. But what we don't see is the things that have gone behind the picture, the struggle, the hustle, and what you walked in to made it eventually work out for you. So, what was it like, to navigate the US real estate market with limited English knowledge and zero network?
Really complicated, honestly, really really complicated because now I understand what it means be an external part in another country, and I am really proud for United States. I love the state give me more opportunity, but in reality initially I love more now United States, in particular Florida and Miami, because give me a lot of difficulty. Which kind of difficulty? First of all, how you really explain correctly the language. I don't speak at that time English and Spanish in particular, because in Miami everybody speaks Spanish. And think about something. I have really a lot of knowledge because I study in real estate. I coming from background in from Italy where I do flipping, the same thing, and macro base rules is the same, but everything completely different. Respect a law and respect our culture, and opportunity. When I been the first couple of year really difficult where I don't find opportunity, I think so I am already late, and in reality what I really understand in this 2 year, like the most important part in life, like in real estate, is connection. And through a connection, I create my business in real estate. And from this connection, I bring opportunity to myself. And now I am in the position where I want to contribute to other people.
Awesome. I think this will benefit a lot of our listeners and our audience tuning in for the podcast. If you can share how you went from being broke to a broker, but not just any broker. You became a founder, a thought leader, and you built luxury and wealth groups. Can you talk about how you made it happen, even though there was a lot of struggles in the messy middle part?
Really, really important. Everything you want to do in life is based on aspect important, and the first one how I share is research, grow, action and contribution, and networking with the correct human being. I really open my heart with honestly to all the human being in the world. What this means, I never close eyes and heart now. And what's happening, how I bring my personal success in my life. Initially I really working hard from 18 years old up 28 years old. And I expand my company over here in Italy really with big number. And after when I go to United States and I restart it technically too, if I have money, but coming from Italy because I already generate money in Italy, I really have like the capacity to connect with human being. How you connect with human being? Find the right place to go. Connect with them without ask before, but give them before, and be completely open heart to understand when you arrive at one point where the relationship is really in the correct moment to ask when you give a lot, to tell everything with the open heart. When you are clear with people and people in business in particular, other people they open their door, and what's happening is like ripple effect. They suggest other people and you becoming somebody people they want to be business with you, because you are honest, you are correct human being, you know what you do. And this is happening in my life, but this is something everybody they possible do. But in reality, without action, without do nothing, nothing arrive in life. And to be concrete, because I don't wanna give you only idea. Next, if you want to do something, you have the first aspect I share with you, the research, grow, action, the three most important. And after the networking, how you networking, you need to decide which kind of field you wanna grow, find the place and area, association, community where this information they are present, go over there, connect through online or in person with these people and create your networking. When you create your networking, everything is become expand. And be honest, I have the fortune to be part of Forbes Italy, where I share, I interview billionaire and multimillionaire. And when I interview this kind of characteristic human being, my first idea is give to them notoriety through the journal. At the same time, after during my interview, I ask them secret of their success to try to share with other human beings. This is the secret in to obtain inimaginable success, and only the sky becoming the limit because you decide with clear intention what you want to do.
I've got this somewhere that you only become rich. You're selling to the rich. You can't become rich by selling something to a poor people or a middle class person. You can only become rich if you elevate your prices and you sell a premium product to those rich people. So could you throw some light on how can someone leverage whatever they're trying to do to eventually increase the wealth?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I need to share with you something. You have a two way to becoming rich. Now, depend for everybody what this means rich. I call wealth for this rich. I call happy, healthy. Sorry, wealth. I call wealth because I think so. Wealthy is a word where you including 12 aspect of our life, not only money. But I want to share with you. You have to create a business, to create to becoming wealthy. You have two possibility: or direct your attention to people they have really powerful possibility to buy thing, or you working with the class and with government where people they don't have a lot of money. And I explain better what it means. With rich people, multimillionaire or billionaire, if you have one day the fortune to meet somebody, you have the capacity to sell them the dream, what they want, and they don't think about how much cost, but they think about how much happiness, value give to them. E quindi what this means something important. If you trick, if you work with not them, if you trick them, if you working with your product or service in the way where they feel important, where they feel value, where they feel luxury, you really have the possibility to achieve unimaginable result. For the other part, you have the possibility now, in particular in United States, because the big divide from rich and poor is unimaginable, and in the middle you don't have any more people, unfortunately, because the middle class are completely out. You have the possibility to create relationship with the city, for example, in United States with government, where you, in my particular case, like a real estate guy, where I support the city with my real estate, where I have people, where I help people through money or from the government, where I give real estate to these people. And the way how you possible becoming wealth is in these two space. And if you decide to go in one on another one, you need to understand clear product, clear service, and understand how marketize in the correct way what you do.
Gotcha. I mean, you give a lot of credit to this ritual for your success and your wealth. The ritual that you have created, the M.P.B.E ritual. Do you throw some light on what is that and what it actually does to a human?
Yeah, MPB, first of all, is so important one to understand one point. People that wanna becoming success, they need to have the good routine. And the people when they're listening routine, they think about the bad one. I remember my mother, you have this routine is no good, the other one is no good. Routine is good if you have if you create the good one. This is a good routine. What it means for me, every day until I will die, I utilize this routine where I utilize meditation, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise. What give me the capacity to clear my mind, to go deeply inside me, to understand my person, and to visualize with the clarity what I want to do during my day and during my life, and with clear intention on my goal. Now, all these peace arrive in my life in different moments. The morning I arrive in my life to read through one book of Al Herold. Now is one of my friend. Is a bestseller. Is creator of this amazing book called Miracle Morning. The second one, the meditation I arrive from one other person. The prayer I arrive for my background of my family. And biohacking is a new technique, not so new because it's almost 10 years. But they are old technique where you possible utilize device to improve better yourself and exercise. We know better what is important, how is important utilize exercise. Now, these four pillar they arrive to something or something else, and they do action to utilize these four pillars. They are so important because bring you energy, bring you the capacity to have clarity. And I suggest everybody to utilize these four pillars. Two, if you are not a morning person, choose and try, and after you will decide when is the best way for you to be creative. For example, for me, from 4:35 in the morning up to 2 p.m., I am super energized. Other people possible be in the afternoon or in the night, but it's important to have good routine to bring level up the energy, because in life is like a boat, you possible during your navigation take some rock and broke your boat. Now, what's happening if you don't have nothing to repair this boat? You will go down. And it's the same. Life is like this. If you don't have nothing and you will wake up the day after, you don't have nothing to generate because your soul is empty. And this is the way how create my soul every day, you know.
Gotcha. I mean, you also wrote the book Healthy, Rich, and Happy based on these principles as you. The book is your belief and is kind of a blueprint for everything that you have done so far and the success that you have made till the date. So, why do you think, like, let's talk about the contents of the book and your sole purpose. So, why do you think wellness is wealth? And what is that one thing most people get wrong with this concept?
Yeah. The first of all, wellness is the most important part. Without health, you don't possible have nothing. You know, nothing is working. You don't have energy. Imagine if you have some kind of disease. You don't have energy. You need to cure yourself during your day. You don't have clarity of your mind and everything. This is the first miracle. When you have, you need to understand, and this is coming from yourself to recognize this miracle. This miracle is not for everybody. A lot of people they have disease. I live, unfortunately, around me with some kind the big disease where I understand more now, thanks to God, what it means have health, and health have a lot of value. Now, what is the misconception about this thing where health will be, people they want to becoming first of all rich and after think about other part of the game. I share with you something important. The book I create is creating this in this way because when from 18 years old to 28 years old, I don't have this internal creation of abundance. And what's happening during my day, I create from zero, opportunity and money in my life. But I really struggling because one day I feel good, one day I feel less. I have the energy because for my young age, but the reality, what's happening when everything started to shift, the market shift, everything slowed down. I started to crumbling inside where I don't know why. And the reason why I create this book because I don't want other young people like Jacopo at that time can go through this kind of thing. And in the book, I share the two part really important. I don't believe in meditate, close the eyes, that don't do nothing. It's not my life. I am investor, sensible, pragmatic. What this means is means this. I create my day through this method, and inside the book, I explain in the detail how I achieve success in real estate with step by step process, not only word, but concrete action where people they possible really invest in real estate through another country. A United States is the beautiful way why they give this opportunity. And I will explain. Think about something. In real estate, you possible be in Italy now, or you possible be in India, and find opportunity through internet with cold calling, with sending message, with send letter to people that are located in the United States. And if you don't have money, you have the possibility to send an opportunity to an investor like me, and they buy a flip pick the property or the building where is the key. Now, which kind of most beautiful business give this opportunity to starting something without money? This is the real estate, and I put all the information how doing and how generate money in real estate inside the book. You know.
I mean, the mindset shift that came from, proximity to high net worth individuals is what we can get from this book, all right?
You possible get first of all, think about three people they endorse this book. One is my best friend is a billionaire. The other two they are two multimillionaire and super expert in real estate. What this means means something so important. Think about in the book what you possible receive. What you possible receive. You possible receive a clear method to utilize every day plus the real estate part. to help you to moving from zero to wherever you want. It's not theory, it's concrete website action, all information where it's possible moving tomorrow morning in direction. You don't need no need to buy any kind of course. Now you have YouTube and book, HRGPT.
Awesome. I mean, you have spent a lot of time with billionaires. I'm curious to know, is there any belief or question that you have got answered from those people that changed you the most?
Yes, the one, ask the correct question in your life. The correct question in your life, how you possible change to your business billion people, and like this, you will have a billion business.
And after you have achieved so many things, what does wealth really mean to you right now?
What they want. And they want, first of all, my love, and second of all, I give traveling and beautiful experience, and have the possibility to don't stop to create, because if I will stop to create, I will die.
You have written in your bio, and I have heard it in a couple of podcast episodes as well. You mentioned loving your family more deeply now. So, how did how did business success change your relationship with your family?
Nothing, because my family, they don't care about money. They care about how I am, how because they know I am a good human being with money, without money. For this reason, with money, I possible only give more them something I want to give to them, because when you give, your heart is becoming more big.
Mm, absolutely. I mean, we all try to chase wealth because we want to leave something behind, like as a legacy. We want uh, financial freedom because we want to give a healthy or maybe a good life to maybe our parents or spouse or our children, right? We want a sustainable and yet easygoing life for our future. So everyone who is listening to this podcast wants to build a multi-generational wealth, but they kind of feel behind. So what would you say for those individuals?
Would you tell me, if you possible, repeat?
Yeah. If someone is listening to this podcast, every one of our listeners wants to chase multi generational wealth, but they kind of feel left behind. What would you say to those individuals?
Yeah, they need starting to think about different. They think starting to think about how the possible add value to billion people, starting with the business on or real estate, and started to generate possibility not only for them, but think about some product, some service, some real estate where you possible change people life. And if your changing service product or real estate part will be something radicating human being, you will becoming really successful. You will have like really wealth generation life where your all your new son, daughter, whatever, they have different life. And this is the way how generate a coming like this.
Also, I mean, we're almost at the end of our podcast. But before we part our ways, I want to have this takeaway from you for our listeners. But before that, I want to give context who our listeners really are. These are the people who are in the hustle period of their lives. They're in the messy middle part. They may or may not have made a big breakthrough, okay, but they're in the verge of it. They're in the process. If at all they have made something big, they still feel like an underdog because they have a higher purpose they're chasing. Okay. So for these kind of people, we have anything you want to part as a final message?
Yeah, I think so. Like, first of all, you need to have to create something. You have a big purpose, like be resilient and believe in what you do until you will die. This is the only solution. You don't have other mean different kind of secret. Whatever bring you life, you need to stay resilient. Resilient means when something happening, life is about the same for everybody. We will lose and grandmother, grandfather, father, mother, brother, and whatever is happening in your life, your soul need to be with light. When your soul stay in light, you will succeed. And if you are resilient, you will succeed until you will die to a 90 years old if you believe in what you do.
Awesome. Love the conversation, Eboko, and thank you so much for spending time with me and being a part of the Underdog Protagonist podcast.
You are super welcome. I really appreciate. And thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this episode insightful and Jacopo's story inspiring. I'll give links to his socials and his book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, down in the description or show notes for you to go and check it out. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, take care.